I was getting about $30,000 in free travel per
Wow.
year
Wow.
from the points.
Wow.
So, I
Yeah.
was going to Europe. I was staying in, like the St. Regis in Rome and all these really nice hotels. And the points were lower back then as well, too. So maybe 20,000 points a night and you get this 5-star fancy hotel in Europe. But back then I wasn't going to Southeast Asia as much. So I would have stretched out my travel even more, 2 to 3 times
Yeah.
if I was going to, coming out to Asia back then. But yeah, so really just be strategic about it.
Welcome to the Truly Expat Travel Podcast. I'm your host, Paula, and this is Season 2. On Season 1, I talked to expats about their favourite holiday destination. On Season 2, I'll be doing things very differently. I'll be chatting to expats about where they currently live, why they chose that destination, all those secret hidden gems that only locals know, like favourite restaurants, best neighbourhoods, things that tourists don't. Welcome back to the Truly Expat Travel Podcast. My name's Paula, and today I have a really interesting guest. His name is Todd, and he has the topic we're talking today is not a destination, it's a topic about hotels, but I'm going to let him tell you about himself, and let's get started in the conversation about hotels. So welcome, Todd.
Thank you. Hi, Paula. My name's Todd Hatta, and I'm currently a full-time traveler for about 3 or 4 years. And before that, I was living in Mexico City for about 3.5 years. And before that, I was from California originally. But yeah, I'm a content creator and been doing that about 8 or 9 years so far.
Yeah, so you're not doing quick trips, or maybe you are. You are occasionally doing a quick trip here and there, but generally speaking, we're talking not just days, but months traveling and in hotels. So you are the right person to dive into hotels, loyalty programs, and what we need to know. So let's get started.
Okay.
So as a long-term nomad, you're not doing, like I said, quick trips. What do you see has changed your approach to booking hotels, and what are you looking at?
Well, so I've been doing the hotel loyalty programs for a long time. I think 25 years or so. And so, back then I kind of got the hang of how to get the highest status and, using business or personal credit cards and that kind of thing. So usually my strategy was, stay at the cheapest place you can in the location you need to get the nights, to get the status. But, then once in a while splurge a little in a nice place or with the free night awards or points. And, it's okay for if you're traveling, a week here or there, but once you're out, 365 days a year, it's a much different strategy.
Yeah.
So before, we'd stay in condos, maybe rent a condo for a month, the Airbnb. But then we started to get more into having a nice hotel or a better location, and maybe we're not cooking, right? Like in Vietnam and Thailand, it's cheaper to go out to eat than to
Yeah.
buy all the groceries and prepare it. And the kitchens never have enough, equipment and that kind of thing. So I would say, oh, okay, we'll just stay in this hotel and it's maybe right near all the food or even connected to a mall, especially when it's hot in the in the hot
Yeah.
season. So that's kind of the new almost must-have feature. If it's hot, if it's 90, 100 degrees, you're not going to walk 10 minutes to go eat. And then if you're going to take a ride share, maybe it's going to cost you $3 or $4 or $5 or even more depending what country you're in. So if you can just walk from your hotel through a corridor into a mall and then have, 50 restaurants to choose from, like you don't have to go outside. Like for, 5 days, you don't have to go outside at all.
Because you're a big foodie, because that's another part of your job, right, is that you do a lot of food reviews. So I guess you need to be near restaurants and stuff, right? Because that's
Yeah,
your bread and
yeah.
butter.
Yeah, that's one of the main things that I travel for is to eat.
Yeah.
So especially, being from Southern California, we have every cuisine in the
Mm,
world. And some are really, really good, and some are, it's way better in the country.
yeah.
But, if say now, we could say, okay, we miss Thai food. So
Yeah.
we'll go to Thailand for a month or two,
As you do.
right? And then being in Thailand, there's good Japanese food, there's good American food, there's not good Vietnamese or, Indonesian or so then we'll say, okay, let's go to Vietnam. I really craving pho and banh mi. So I go to Vietnam for a month or two. And that's kind of what the stomach rules the travel plans.
So if I'm the average traveler, how am I gaining points and how do I know which loyalty program to join? What would you recommend?
Well, so the best thing if you're in the US is to, get a credit card for either one of the hotels specifically, like
Mm,
Marriott, Hyatt, what else? Hilton, or like Chase Sapphire Reserve, which you can stay at any brand booking through their travel site, or you can trade points to a specific partner. So
ah,
Capital One or Chase are good for those.
okay.
So even American Express,
Okay.
but I've done all of those as well as hotel programs
Hmm.
and airlines too, if you want to
Yeah.
fly business and or just fly for free with points. But
Yeah.
you kind of, if you're not spending 200,000 a year on your credit cards,
Yeah.
you have to kind of pick one. So I picked hotels. So I've spent maybe the past year I've been just using my Hyatt business um, Chase card and gaining Hyatt points, gaining night credits, and yeah, just focusing on Hyatt. So I became globalist, the highest level in Hyatt
Yeah.
by June this year, and that was 60
Congr-
nights.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So would you pick, depending on where you travel, would that be the loyalty program that you would probably pick then?
Yeah, it's kind of depending what part of the world.
Yeah.
Some hotel chains are more prevalent or have better deals. So like Asia, the really good one is Accor, and they're like the Fairmont, the Mercure, Pullman, and even down to Ibis is their low level.
Mm.
So I noticed like a Marriott, say Marriott's like 200 a night in one city in Asia, but a nice considerable comparable Accor, like the Pullman, might
Mm.
be 100 or 120.
Ah,
And
okay.
so it's, you get a similar experience, but
Mm.
for way less. And so what I did was last year, I became platinum with Accor,
Yeah.
and that was 60 nights stay.
Wow.
And then now I'll get an upgrade, free breakfast, lounge access.
Well, yeah, that was my next question, right? What are some of the benefits of becoming, why am I not just picking the cheapest accommodation somewhere? What are the benefits of being loyal to a brand or a company?
So yeah, the main things, so it's room upgrade,
Yeah.
sometimes suites, and then, early check-in, late checkout, and especially in Japan and South Korea, they're pretty strict on check-ins at 3 p.m. And there's like, if you go to an off-brand place in Japan, they're gonna make you sit until the clock hits 3.
Yeah.
That really makes me mad.
Yeah, I know.
And that just happened a couple of days ago here in Jeju. I'm in
Yeah.
South Korea, and we got there at 2. And he's like, nope, 3 o'clock check-in. And it's hot outside. We
Yeah.
already went to eat. We went to a cafe. And so I said, okay, I'm just going to sit there on the couch right in front of you until 3 o'clock because there's AC. And so it's kind of like a waiting game. Like So
Yeah.
2:40, he kind of finally says, "Okay, you could check in." But at in Japan, it would be 3 on the
Yeah.
dot. Like
Yeah.
I've sat there at the desk staring at them, staring at a clock, and when it hits 3, he turns the computer on. I was so mad. I was like, never again am I staying at a where I don't have status.
Because status, sometimes they let you check in early and check out late, right?
Yeah, I've checked in at 7:30 a.m.
Wow.
at a Marriott property when I had a flight into Bangkok.
Yeah.
And sometimes your flights, you're not landing at 2 p.m., 3 p.m.
Mm.
And what do? If
Yeah.
you're flying for 25 hours, you don't want to just drop your bag and go out and see the town sometimes, right?
Exactly.
So it's really nice if they'll let you check in early.
Yeah, and same as check out, right? Because I know I'm
Mm-hmm.
a Marriott girl, right? I'm
Yeah.
here in Singapore at the moment in the Marriott, and for me, checking out at 4 p.m. is amazing because especially if I've got like a 6 or 7 o'clock flight, then I don't have to, like you say, walk around the streets for a few hours, get hot and sweaty before my flight.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Also, an executive lounge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
all? Do you find that as well with did you say Hyatt? You're with
Oh
Hyatt,
yeah,
right? Yeah, with the
Yeah,
Hyatt.
Hyatts have lounges.
Yep.
So Hyatt, Marriott, Accor, and Accor has Fairmont, but
Ah, okay.
the Fairmont, even if you're platinum, you don't get lounge access. You have to book
Is that
a
right?
certain level,
Yep.
unless you're the highest diamond,
Yep.
which has a spending requirement as well as night stayed.
Okay.
But yeah, last time when I saw you, we stayed at the Fairmont Singapore,
Oh, that's right.
but I got a deal. It was the Fairmont Gold Room, a suite,
Yep.
which had lounge access, and I had with my Accor, my membership, I had a free night, and then they had a pay for 2, get 3 nights. So I actually paid 1 night, I got 2 nights free,
Oh, wow.
and a suite upgrade, and the lounge access.
Yeah, so it's definitely worth being. And so, what is the benefit of having a lounge? Like, why would I care?
Well, so you get breakfast, free breakfast.
Yep.
So either in the lounge or sometimes they'll have you in the main restaurant, or you could choose between the two. But a lot of hotels have a evening like cocktail hour. So it's they say light snacks and drinks. So if you're a drinker, it's just free flow,
Yeah, it's great.
mixed drinks, wine, beer, whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't drink, but I'll drink juice or soda. But I'm
Yeah.
there for the food.
Yeah.
So, a lot of places they'll have little bites, just appetizers, but some will have a full dinner buffet setup.
Mm.
So, like the Fairmont, I don't think we went out to dinner.
You didn't probably
So,
need to, right?
yeah,
Uh,
you just
uh,
eat breakfast and
I remember once I decided that I was going to spend a whole weekend in Bangkok and I was going to do it all free. Like when I say free, obviously with on points and stuff. So I
Mhm.
got there on my One World frequent flyer points, and then I spent the whole weekend eating at a hotel, one of the Marriotts in Bangkok, because it was like buffet breakfast, buffet dinner, and then late
Mhm.
afternoon you could have like snacks and drinks and stuff. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
the whole weekend, I was like, okay, I could do this.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's good if you're not, if you're not there to see the city, if you've seen it many times before,
Yeah.
you know, or you don't need to try restaurants.
Yeah.
So, a lot of places we want to go eat out, right? Or it's even cheap enough, Vietnam and
Yeah.
Indonesia, but like some countries, it's going to cost you a lot for a meal. And if you
Mm.
can get it free,
Yeah.
then,
Yeah. Why not?
yeah, why
And
not?
also, I guess for you, I don't know, it is for me, I much prefer sometimes with the lounges that I can go down and work there rather than sit
Mhm.
like in this hotel room like I am now sitting in front of the bed. But
Uh-huh.
instead of sitting here, I can go downstairs, have a cup of coffee or a juice or something and do work, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
also a
It's
big
like a
advantage.
nice co-working space.
Yeah, it is actually.
And there's usually not that many people there too, so it's
Yes,
better than like being in the lobby or the hotel restaurant or cafe. So you definitely have it's just a better experience.
I agree. I
What
totally agree.
I'm now it's like having less people around is better.
Yeah, I get it. Especially in Asia, right? Because there's also
Hmm.
it's always so busy. But if you go
Yeah.
into business lounges for flights, quite often
Mm.
if you're not in the first class lounge, if you're in the business lounge, it's so busy that you can't get a seat. I don't find
Yeah.
that in executive lounges in hotels. I haven't for a
Hmm.
long time, which is a great thing. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
do you have a favorite? Two questions I have I want to ask you. One is, do you have a favorite hotel that you've ever stayed in? And the other question I wanted to know was, when you go to each place, do you stay in the same hotels each time, or do you try something new, or does it depend on where you can use the points, that sort of thing? And okay, no, you know what? I've got 100 questions. Let's go with those
Okay.
first.
So favorite hotels. Recently, so we really liked the Fairmont in Singapore, and that was just the lounge. The lounge food was pretty amazing. So
Okay, that's good to
that
know.
that part, and then it's a really nice, comfortable room and
Yeah,
good size, and that just Fairmont's pretty high, like a true five-star hotel. But before that, we stayed in the Four Seasons Jakarta,
yeah.
and that's actually I think one of the cheapest Four Seasons in the world. So, usually now it's 1,000 to 1,200
Yep.
for the lowest price room in most Four Seasons around the world.
Yeah.
But there through Chase, it was just over 300 for a night.
Wow.
And then if you book through Chase,
Mm.
you get a $100 food and beverage credit. You
Oh.
get an upgrade. You get early check-in, late checkout, and free breakfast.
Oh, wow.
And I used points, which it was like a points booster rate.
Yeah.
So really, I think I spent 25,000 points or something, which is like
Wow.
a Marriott,
Yeah. Yeah.
If I would have used Marriott points, it probably would be more than
Yeah.
25,000
Yeah.
depending on the city. But so for that little points, I got, a Four Seasons with we had afternoon tea and dinner for two, and it cost me $10 out of pocket.
Oh my gosh.
And we got free breakfast.
Oh, wow. And I imagine the rooms are beautiful and the
Oh
facilities are
yeah, the rooms, the
amazing.
the bed, that's the most comfortable bed I've had in a long time.
Wow. Now that's
And
saying
the
something.
sheets. Yeah, it's so you can actually buy the Four Seasons bedding,
Can you?
which one yeah, so when I actually do get a home base,
Yeah.
I think we're
Buy
gonna get
them.
the bedding.
Do you know what I do
Yeah.
every few years? I buy a robe, because
Hmm.
I like to use a robe, not a towel, when I jump out of a shower. So every few years,
Oh,
I just buy one of the Marriott robes from wherever I am
yeah.
because they're all nice and fluffy.
Yeah.
So would you go back again and again to the same places,
Yeah, it kind of
hotels?
depends. So it
Yeah,
depends on the city and then the location of the hotels
yeah,
and, how many different nice hotels there are.
yeah,
So like Bangkok, I've stayed all over the place in Bangkok, but I kind of narrowed it down to we like to be by the Central World Mall on
yeah.
the
That's it.
main
Yeah, I like it
Sukhumvit
there.
strip. And there's, just because the restaurants,
Yeah,
there's so many of my favorite restaurants there, plus the surrounding malls. There's about 8 malls within a mile. But
yeah,
um, I used to stay at the St. Regis, which is a little bit of a walk
yeah.
when
I used to
it's
stay there.
and when it's hot, it's too far. But now there's a Moxy, which is their kind of lower end Marriott, but it's just across the street from the
Ah,
mall.
okay.
So even though it's not nearly as nice of a hotel,
Yeah.
the location's better.
Actually don't
So
mind Moxie's. I just stayed at a
yeah,
Moxie
yeah.
in Chattanooga. And it
Mm,
was actually cute, right? Because they have, like,
mm-hmm.
usually a communal area downstairs where they're playing
Yeah, yeah.
games and you can go to the bar, and the rooms are tight. They're not they're not as easy to podcast from, I found out, because you
Mm-hmm.
take the stuff off the wall, like the chair and the table, and you put it down and
Oh,
like one of those, foldable
uh,
chairs and stuff. But I don't mind the Moxies.
yeah, it's much better than other other
Budget.
brands,
Yeah.
lower end hotels. But yeah, it is tighter, and it's not 5 star, but it does the job. And location, like also in Malaysia.
Yeah.
So Kuala Lumpur, the airport is an hour from the
Mm.
town, and you can take the train or you can take the Grab. But it's such KL is like a good place to fly in and fly out somewhere else. And I try not to do connecting flights. So most of my travel is based on where I can go one way,
Yeah.
you know, and with as little effort as possible.
Yeah.
So KL is a good stopping point. So usually we'll stay, 3 days just to not have a really bad layover or
Yeah.
something. But the city's so far, and
Mm.
I found there's a closer little city, Putrajaya,
Yeah.
and the IOI Mall is
Yeah.
there, and I think that it was the second biggest mall in Asia, and there's a Moxy that opened attached to it.
Okay.
So when maybe 2, 3 years ago, it was, God, I think I got 3,500 Marriott points for a night,
That's
which
all right.
is amazing. That's,
Yeah. That's
that's
decent.
that's so low. And so we stayed 3 or 5 days and just ate at the mall every day. Didn't even have to go outside. And then, just hop back to the airport and then
Yeah.
flew to the next place. And so we've been there 3 or 4 times. I think one time we spent a week just to kind of chill out and
Do you know,
and relax.
have you been to the Pink Mosque near there?
No, no,
Yeah,
we
you should
actually
do that next time.
haven't
Yeah, you should
we
do that, because
haven't ventured
when
out.
you haven't ventured out of the hotel. Because
Yeah.
we used to stay at the Marriott not far from there in
Oh,
Putrajaya, just
okay.
because my husband used to work not far from there before we moved there.
Uh,
And then when we did move there, my son went to the Australian school, which wasn't that far from there. But yeah, there's a beautiful pink mosque. So next time you
oh,
stay there,
okay.
just do that one trip. Go out to
Okay.
the pink mosque, because it's not that far.
Okay. Yeah, I
um,
think I might have seen that on the map.
yeah. So, Phil, would you recommend most people would pick one loyalty program and then just go for it?
Yeah, if you're not traveling from months
Yeah.
of the year, yeah, pick one, get the top status, so then the next year you're going to benefit off that status. So like if you earn, say, this year 2000, was it 26, and then so like I hit globalist maybe, yeah, early June. So from early June, the rest of the year I'm globalist, but then it carries on to the next year.
Okay.
And so if you don't stay, if you don't, but you have to requalify
Yeah.
each year.
Yeah.
But if you're not going to requalify the next year, you're still going to have it for that year. So yeah, my goal was to hit it as early as possible so I could
Yeah.
benefit the rest of the year. Of course,
Cool.
I'm going to do it next year
Yeah.
as well.
You can relax a little bit.
Yeah.
You don't have to be,
Yeah.
trying to get that status.
Uh-huh.
What is it? I know with Marriott, even if you use points, you still get points for that night stay. Is that
Oh,
the
yeah.
same with the Hyatt as well? Not really.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I can't remember. I know some of the programs you do no matter what, and
Yeah.
some you don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because gaining points and then using them. So yeah, so quite often, depending on your status, I guess, with these things, the further up, the better um the better benefits you get, right? So it
Yeah, yeah, you're gonna earn multiples, two
yeah.
times, 3 times, 4 times points per dollar, depending on your level.
Yeah, and then you're also going to get like free nights or
Hmm.
upgrades, or I think with the Marriott, don't quote me on this, but I think with the Marriott it's like is it an extra, you get like 3 or to 5 suite upgrades or something like that per year, or I don't know. It's
Oh,
great, whatever it is.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's a choice. I think is it 60? At 60 nights, I think your gift, you could choose to have the suite upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 or
Or
5 times a year.
yeah, and then when you check in, they ask you whether or not you want points or you want a bottle of
Mhm.
wine or you want whatever it is. You get not every
Yeah.
place, but quite often they'll give you a choice between sort of things, which is also
Mhm.
great to benefit from, right? We used to
Yeah.
belong to the Shangri-La
Mm.
loyalty program, but there's not enough Shangri-Las outside of Asia.
Okay.
So that's why we
Yeah.
decided to go with the Marriott, because the Marriott seems to be everywhere in the world.
Mhm.
Anyway, it's whatever suits you, right? What?
Yeah, yeah, Marriott's have more properties than Hyatt. Hyatt, there's some major
Ah,
cities that don't even have one, or
oh,
maybe they
okay.
have one. So,
Yeah.
but Marriott, they have so many different brands within Marriott,
Mm,
and they,
mm,
they took over Starwood, the Sheraton and
yeah.
Westin. But Hyatt is buying up a lot of other small brands as well.
Yes.
So they are actually in Vietnam, they bought the Wink hotels.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and
Oh, I
there's
didn't know that.
only 5 or 6 of the Winks, but
Yeah.
we stayed, I think it was 35 a night
Oh, wow.
in was it Halong Bay? No, it was Haiphong near Halong Bay.
Yeah.
And that's partly how I got globalist so quickly.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's a trick, right? So you stay
yeah.
somewhere with lower points for a big chunk of your time, and you can
Mm-hmm.
gain that status a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they've
So,
yeah, go.
oh, go ahead.
No,
Oh,
you go.
but like traveling in the US, you're staying at a Hyatt Regency. It's going to cost you 250, 300 a night.
Mm,
But then in Vietnam, you could stay at the Wink Hotel for 1/10 of the price.
yeah.
So I think we stayed 2 weeks, 3 weeks or
Yeah.
something. So
Yeah.
you really rack up the nights quickly. And it was, it's kind of like a Moxy. It has that communal space downstairs and it's small, but we did actually upgrade. I paid to upgrade to the suite
Yeah.
because the small room was just too small. And, it cost me, I think, $10 or $15 a day to upgrade to a
Yeah.
suite, which is crazy. So,
Crazy when you think about it.
yeah.
So I think that you probably do what we do, whereas we look at a place, a destination, and say, okay, should we pay for it or should we use points? So we pay
Hmm.
for it if it's super cheap, and
Yeah.
we use points if it doesn't take up too many of our points, but it
Hmm.
gives us extra nights, because there's two things you're after, right? You're after the points, and you're also
Hmm.
after the night stay, because they're two
Hmm.
different things. Can you explain why they're two different things and what that means?
Okay, so yeah, most of the programs you need 60 nights for the platinum status, and usually maybe half of that for gold. But gold gives you a little bit of perks, but nothing too significant. So
Yep.
platinum is the goal. And yeah, so points, yeah, I don't know. I'll do like you where you have to judge whether am I going to spend points on this or am I going to spend
Yeah.
dollars? And then either way, most of the time you're going to earn a little bit of points back. And then yeah, you just have to rack up the night the night credits to hit your 60. But like with a Hyatt, you get with the business card every $10,000 you spend, you get 5 night credits.
Okay.
And so you could spend $120,000 and not stay one night and you'd still be globalist.
Ah, so you could use a business, like if you had your own business, you could actually
Hmm.
use one of those like a credit card for your business and not even have to stay there and just rack up the
Yeah.
money.
Uh,
Interesting.
yeah. And then Marriott, you get 15 night credits
Yeah.
for a personal and a business,
Mm.
American Express. So I have
Oh,
both. So
okay.
I get 30 nights credit.
Yeah.
And then you also get a free night for each of those two per year.
Ah.
So already you're starting out at 30 nights, so you only need 30 more to hit platinum.
Ah. Okay.
Plus you're getting 2 free nights which
Yeah.
count as well. So you're actually at 32 nights just
Wow.
starting off. But
Okay.
I'm actually lifetime platinum. I hit that a while ago, where I
Ah,
hit 10 years of platinum status and 600 nights total stays.
wow.
And so
Wow.
now I don't have to worry about
Yeah.
Marriott. So I
Yeah.
stay at Marriott's less than Hyatt and Accor because those I have to
Keep
keep hitting
earning.
60 nights a year.
Do they have lifetime programs as well?
So Globalist does, and that's
Mm.
my next goal.
Yeah.
But it's basically, I think you have to spend $200,000.
Okay.
So it's just based on
No.
points. I
Yeah.
think you get 5 points per dollar or something. So yeah, you have to spend a lot.
Okay.
So
Okay.
eventually I'll get there. But
Yeah.
for now, I'll stay at the $30 to $50 a night,
Yeah.
you know, places and hit the globalist. And then once you're globalist, you could stay at a fancier location and you'll get the lounge and the suite.
Ah, okay.
You
Yeah, it's
know,
clever.
the Park Hyatts are amazing. A lot of even the Hyatt Regencies. There's
Yeah.
one in Yogyakarta, Indonesia. I think what was it, 5,000 points a night or $70,
Wow.
and oh, it was amazing. I think we stayed 5 nights, and we left one time to eat at a restaurant next door. But the rest of the time we just stayed there. It was such a nice place and it was big and quiet and there
Yeah.
was not many people there.
Yeah.
So, and we're actually going back there in a couple months. I
Ah.
think we're staying 10 nights
Oh,
there. I'm
wow.
using points.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just a place to relax and
Mm.
have quiet and good
Yeah.
food and has the lounge, nice
Do you
pool.
do you um do you look at places for facilities as well? Like if they've got a pool or, that sort of thing?
Yeah, yeah. So some places, they have a nicer pool or
Yeah.
they have a spa or onsen.
Yeah.
And yeah, where do we stay? Oh, we stayed at the Alila Solo near Yogyakarta. And then I wasn't globalist yet, and they charged to use the hot tub and the sauna.
Really?
And I was like, wait, it was free at the Hyatt Regency.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
they're like, oh, no, only if you're globalist, it's free. So I
Oh.
was like, well, I'm not coming back here if I'm not globalist.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And
so some
so,
places, yeah,
okay,
it all depends.
yeah. And do you like I know that Asia, depending on Asia, and like obviously Japan, Singapore, they're a little bit different, Hong Kong, but generally speaking, Asia, you get more bang for your buck, don't you? With hotels.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Especially Southeast Asia
Mm.
and China as well. But
Ah, okay.
Japan's pricier,
Mm.
South Korea's pricier.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So here on Jeju Island, they have a Hyatt, uh, Grand Hyatt,
Mm.
which is I think 250 to 300 a night
Okay.
starting. And
Yeah.
then they have a Marriott, which we had afternoon tea there,
Yeah.
but the rooms were I think 400 a night there.
Oh, wow.
So, and maybe 120,000 points a night.
Yeah.
So
And you're
that
going
just doesn't.
summer. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Doesn't make
it's
sense.
summer, but so, we went there, we had afternoon tea and it was a nice place, but
Yeah.
I'm not
Not worth it.
not worth 400 a night. So,
Do you know, that's what surprised me about the US. It was so expensive. All the Marriotts were so expensive. And I don't know if it was because of the destinations that I chose, but I just found, yeah, it was pricey.
yeah, it's too much.
Yeah.
I think
Compared
a
to
lot
here.
of it's, the business
Mm.
part of it. The people go for business, the company just pays for it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they charge
Drives up the
whatever they
price.
want.
Yeah. Drives up the prices, right? So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
sticking to those little places is probably a better option, little
Mhm.
towns. So for those who are just starting out, I'm starting today. I'm just about to join a loyalty program. What do you think they need to know? Where do I need to start?
Well, so first look at the credit cards. So, especially the offers, the sign up bonus. So, I think Hyatt, you can get 50 or 60,000 points, and you have to just spend a certain amount within the first 3 months. So, 60,000 points. If you're staying at a 5,000 a night, that's 12 nights.
Yeah.
So really, if you want to get as much as you can and you're not traveling a lot, sign up for one of those,
Mm.
spend everything, put all your auto pay, your bills, electric and all that,
Yeah.
whatever you could spend on the card. And then you're also going to earn points. So, but then pick a certain, whichever brand is good for where you're traveling.
Yeah.
So say you're going to Europe, they have Hyatt, they have Marriott. They don't have as many Accor.
Mm.
And then Accor Platinum, I think you don't get breakfast in Europe. You get it in
Oh.
Asia. So
Ah,
there's some
okay.
regional things you have to
Yeah.
look for as well.
Yeah.
But I would probably start out with Marriott or Hyatt
Mm.
or the Chase Sapphire
Mm.
Reserve. And the Reserve it's really expensive now. They just raised the price. I think it's almost 800 a year.
Ah.
But you get a lot of rebates.
Yeah.
I get my money back from it.
Yeah.
So, but it is a lot to spend, but
If
you
you're
just
not
have to
traveling.
be
Yeah.
strategic about
Yeah.
it.
Do your research. Figure
Yeah,
out where it
yeah.
is. Because I know with Australia, we don't have the credit card like you guys have, And
Mm,
so I think for us in Asia, we do get points for our credit cards, but not as many as when I was talking to someone. It seems like you guys are so lucky because you get so many points,
yeah,
with your credit
yeah.
card
It's
systems. Yeah.
it's amazing. When I first started doing um, the Marriott, it was Starwood back then. So I would just travel for leisure, but quite a bit. But with my business, I was buying inventory on my credit cards. So
Ah, smart.
I would rack up a lot.
Yeah.
Probably, I think I calculated out to I was getting about $30,000 in free travel per
Wow.
year
Wow.
from the points.
Wow.
So, I
Yeah.
was going to Europe. I was staying in like the St. Regis in Rome and like, all these really nice hotels, and the points were lower back then as well too. So maybe 20,000 points a night and you get this five-star fancy hotel in
Mm,
Europe. But back then I wasn't going to Southeast Asia as much. So
mm.
I mean, I would have stretched out my travel even more, 2 to 3 times
Yeah.
if I was going to, coming out to Asia back then. But yeah,
I
so
think
really just be strategic about
strategic.
it.
And also, like you said, that you brought up a good point that not every region is the same. Even though you might
Hmm.
belong to a program, and you might stay just in Marriott's, not the Sheraton or whatever, they don't. Then it's every hotel's different, every region's different, so
Hmm.
you don't get all the benefits. You get most of the benefits. So that's another thing to look at when you're booking, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
Not
even
assuming.
some may not. I think some Marriotts aren't giving you free breakfast now, and like
Yes. Yeah, when did
there's
that start happening?
I don't know.
That was like this year. I was so shocked when I had to start paying for. I know it sounds awful, but had to start paying for my breakfast. I was like, when did that
Yeah.
happen?
That's why you're doing this program, right?
Yeah,
To
yeah,
get that benefit. And
yeah.
so some places are starting to take it away.
Mm,
S- So yeah, a lot through Facebook groups,
yep.
you just kind of
Stay
research where
true.
you're
Yeah,
going, what benefits you're going to get,
yeah.
and just maximize it.
Or follow you. So how do people get in touch with you? So I'll put it all in the show notes. But how do people get in touch with you?
Okay, well, all my socials, it's at Todd Hatta. And usually, I'm not posting as much lately, but still a lot of stories and Instagram.
Yeah.
But yeah, just kind of just showing our lives around Asia.
Yeah, and hotels. I love watching your
Hmm.
food and I love watching your hotel reviews because it gives you inspiration to go, okay, if I'm going to Jeju, then that's where I should stay and that's what I should eat. So,
Hmm.
yeah, definitely give him a
Yeah.
follow along. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we end?
Um. Oh, I think one of your questions I saw was what was one of my best uses of
Ah,
the
yes.
points?
Yes.
So it's a weird, funny story, but one of my best friends, got married, And he was like, "Oh, I want to go to Thailand and I want to go to Vietnam." And I was like, "Oh, we're going to be out there at that time. So, stay near us so we can meet up." And he's like, "Oh, well, why don't you guys just come along with us for part of it, you know, part of the honeymoon and we could just because he's an experienced traveler, but kind of likes to be
Finer things.
led, not,
Okay, okay.
you know, he doesn't like to plan everything and
Yeah,
doesn't know, what's the best of everything. So I'm like, okay, I think they had 3 weeks, right? They're
yeah.
traveling. So about 2 weeks of it, we traveled with them on their honeymoon. And then, so, okay, we're planning it. And he's like, okay, I have, 200,000 IHG points. I have, 100,000 Hyatt points. And he wanted 5-star, beach hotels and stuff. So
Yeah.
we're just planning each place. And so I actually had to get a new card to get the bonus, because I didn't have, I was spending my points. I don't keep a high balance of
Yeah.
points, but he wanted like Kimpton and Koh
Okay,
Samui
yeah,
and,
yeah,
in Bali, we stayed at the Alila and
yeah.
another all-inclusive, really fancy place. And I'm like, oh, I don't have enough points. So I got the Hyatt business card, and I think I got 100,000 points or something. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, so I think I paid for a few nights, but the rest I used points,
Wow.
keeping up with him.
Yeah.
So, but it was tough. I really had to change. I think I had to cancel some of our existing reservations
Yeah,
in points
yeah.
to get those points back to
Ah,
use.
okay, to use, yeah.
And then we stayed at cheaper hotels and I paid cash on those.
Yeah,
But yeah, but it was like, okay, it's their honeymoon and they want to stay at these specific nice places. So,
yeah.
and then we weren't going to go stay at a cheaper place down the street or
Yeah,
something,
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, we just did as much, as we could to maximize those points in the different cities and countries. And they had an amazing time.
I mean, that's the way to do it, right? If you do have,
Mhm.
if you are accumulating, do points expire at the end of the year, or can you take them over?
No, I think they'll last as long as your account's
Remember?
active, maybe for
Okay.
2 years or something. Most
Yeah.
programs,
So,
yeah, you don't really expire unless you're not using it for years.
which is good because a lot of the
Yeah.
air flight
Mm.
frequent flyer ones do, right? I know
Hmm.
Qantas does, which is really annoying. So you have to use
Oh.
them within a certain period of time.
Hmm.
Excellent. Thank you so much. That was so enjoyable. I learned so much about hotels, and I think I need to start looking at what other hotels have to offer.
Yeah, definitely. Check out Accor.
Yeah, I
There's
will.
some great ones in Singapore and Hong Kong.
Yeah. And
So,
I mean, it doesn't hurt to be a member of these anyway, even if you're not using them all the time. If you're gaining
hmm,
status here, it's good to have something if there's nothing in, like you said before, nothing in that area. But
yeah, definitely.
so thank you, Todd, for coming on, and thank you everyone for listening. I will see you next week on the Truly Expat Travel Podcast. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Thanks.
Thank you for joining me on the Truly Expat Travel Podcast. If you liked this episode and you found it valuable, then why don't you go ahead and like and subscribe so that you don't miss an episode moving forward. I've got some amazing guests and some fantastic destinations coming up. But if this is the episode and this is the destination that you really want to go to, then I suggest you head over to trulyexpattravel.com where you'll find travel guides and deep dive into this sort of destination. If that's not what you want and you can't find an episode that is a destination you want to travel to, then head over and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok because I'm pretty sure you'll find something there. In the meantime, safe travels, and I'll see you next week.